he's done from all eternity. And to even do something from all eternity is complexing even to understand from the beginning. So we don't have this conception, and neither do Christians who actually read their Bible, because that's not even the way their scripture presents it. Not to say that I'm using that as a hujjah in this case, don't get it confused, but I'm just showing that the common fitra, or intuition, or rational disposition of human beings is to understand God as a being who is capable of acting in succession, and therefore hears our prayers in real time and is able to respond to them.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this channel. Today we're going to be talking about a refutation of the Salafi position, or the Taymiyan Salafi position on this issue. They believe in something called temporal succession in the life of God. So Brother Jake, for instance, he has written a paper on proving the temporal succession of God. So the Salafis are big on this, and you'll find this in Ibn Taymiyyah's work, trying to show that God must either have a spatial extension, so God must be spatially extended, and God must be temporal in his essence. Okay, so God in his essence is spatial, and in his essence is temporal, according to them. Now, there's this argument, this old Ash'ari argument that I'm going to use today to refute that position. What is this argument? It's the argument of tasalsul, the argument of infinite regress, which you will find in the early time of the Dawah. All these Muhammad Hijab, all these people, they use this argument of infinite regress. There cannot be an infinite regress when they're arguing with the atheists. But can you use this argument anymore when you believe God is temporally, there's a temporal succession in the life of God? And then the Salafis say this. Maybe not the Salafis clearly, but Ibn Taymiyyah and Brother Jake and these people, they say that the past is infinite. The past is infinite. Because the moment you say that there's temporal succession in the life of God, we'll ask you, is it infinite or finite? Is the past infinite or finite? If you say it is finite, that means there's a beginning. There's a beginning point. And if there's a beginning point, that means whatever begins, God is beginningless. If there's a beginning point, God will be, na'uz billah. According to you, your position leads to God being a creature, just like the creatures that have a beginning. But if you want to avoid this and you say there's an infinite regress, this infinite regress, it only makes sense in your mind. It doesn't make sense in reality. Why? Why doesn't it make sense in reality? Because to get to this now, if an infinite past if you say the past is infinite, you cannot get to now. It's impossible to get to now, because if you don't know the meaning of infinity, you cannot get to now. If the past is infinite, that means a temporal succession of events has been going on to the past. The direction is not in the past. The direction is towards the future, right? So if the direction is towards the future and is infinite in the past, it can never get to the moment of now. You can never get to now. That's the problem with that position. So if they say there's an infinite regress, it's contradictory. An infinite past is a contradiction. So if you already believe in this concept of infinite regress is impossible, which we use to ground the need for God. Do you know how we address the atheists? We tell them that because there's a beginning, there must be God, and they have nothing to say after that. Only they will just say, oh, what is this? But the moment you eliminate that and you say that it is possible for the past to be infinite, you have given the atheists ground to say the universe is infinite to the past. And there will be no argument you can make after that. But with our own position, they cannot escape it, because we will show them that an infinite regress is impossible, therefore, and there are events that are succeeding, there's a temporal succession of events, therefore, creatures are created by God. And God is not in time. God does not have temporal succession in his life, in his essence. Therefore, we can avoid this, and we maintain the creature-creature distinction. So anytime the Salafis or people like Brother Jake and all these people tell you that God is in temporal succession, by being too literal, they take the verses of Quran literally on everything. That's why they believe God has spatial dimension, and they believe God is doing one event after the other. Literally said that. Brother Jake literally said one event after the other. What it means is what I just told you. It will lead to affirming an infinite past, which doesn't make any sense, which is impossible, which we use to prove for the existence of God. Because if creatures need God, then there must be a God. But if the past is possible, infinite past is possible, the atheists will just say, thank you very much, bye-bye. You see, we can avoid this because we affirm that it is impossible for the past to be infinite. And the future, you might say like, oh, but the future is infinite. Because the future is a becoming. It's potentially infinite. It's not actually infinite. So there's a difference between potential infinity and actual infinity. You see? But it is problematic only when it comes from the past. When you say the past is infinite, it cannot be infinite because there's a moment of now. And this is an old Kalam arguments that you find in Imam al-Ghazali and many others. So I think these arguments refute their position. What would the Salafi say to this? Other than say, oh, we just follow the Quran and Sunnah. They don't have any reasonable arguments other than that. And they don't know that with this literalism, they have formed a lot of absurdities that they don't know. They cannot reason to the end point of what it causes along the line for them. Because the moment you affirm an infinite past, like I said, I'm just repeating myself, the atheists can just discard the need for God and just believe that the universe is eternal in the past, infinitely. Even though so they will say, you see, there's temporal succession in the world, so it is infinite to the past and infinite to the future. And they will be able to get away with it. But we will charge them that no, because there's now, there cannot be an infinite past. The past has to be finite. And if it's finite, it has a beginning. And if it has a beginning, it must have been caused by God. So what do you guys think about this argument? So put it in the comment section and leave a like and whatever you think. See you guys later. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.